this summer was very eye-opening for me in terms of working at Covidien and the things I saw. And one of the things that I saw was this fusion of medicine and engineering, especially a local engineer working with a local doctor and seeing the innovation that comes from that. And I've always had a slight interest in medicine, and actually after this summer I decided that I may be doing medical school, but that I still want to do something like what's done at Covidien. I'm a mechanical engineer by training, and that'll always follow me. And I do envision a future where I have the knowledge of patient care combined with mechanical engineering to develop medical devices. And I definitely see Covidien in my future.
I think one of the things that impressed me was on the day that we had the grand opening, not only did Ricardo get to meet some of our top executives at Covidien, one of those top C-suite people was our chief medical officer, and who of course is an MD. And they had a little aside conversation because our CMO is from the Boston area. And I was very excited to then talk with Ricardo a few weeks later to find out that he had had a one-on-one conversation with our CMO. He came back to me, Ricardo came back to me and said, Cliff, I'm not sure, if I'll definitely come back as an engineer. I think I might have some interest, in the medical field. And I think he might have been surprised when I said, that's fantastic, because I don't think there could be a better pedigree for a person in the medical device industry than to have a dual degree as an MD and a technical degree.
We were actually in touch on a regular basis. As Cliff will mention, there's an emerging markets team, and what I loved was being able to interact with that team on a regular basis. Everyone from Turkey, Korea, India was assisting Brazil on the establishment of this lab. So we had regular talks on how to get the lab up and running.
Well, I think a little earlier, Ricardo mentioned about how this just happened to be the year that the World Cup was held in Brazil. And actually, that had repercussions for the entire project of opening the CCI for the past year, well before Ricardo had gotten there. So to say that we had some bumps in the road would be kind of minimizing the situation. Actually, when Ricardo came on board, we were really under a tight schedule to make sure that we procured the equipment that was going to be needed for the lab, to follow it closely, to really be a project manager of that equipment. And then once it did arrive, to make sure that it was set up, calibrated, and ready to be used and demonstrated to our guests on the opening day.